As the economy's dependency on transportation and logistics continues to deepen, many companies are unable to gauge the impact of their supply chain related investments and where exactly the supply chain is lacking. The FAST, or Flexible Analytics Solutions Tower, is the bite small chew fast method to accessing a full breadth of supply chain analytics. In addition to being a descriptive tool, FAST can be used to make informed, prescriptive decisions based on the supply chain in under 30 days. The following demo gives a look into how the tower works. The Solutions Tower initializes on the Executive Dashboard page, in which the business is split into 3 portions. The top of the pyramid has cumulative performance KPIs, the middle is focused on financials, and the bottom is focused on supply chain operational metrics, including transportation logistics, inventory, and procurement. Each section of the tower acts as a springboard in which the user can click and learn more about a certain portion of the business. The top of the pyramid has the cumulative performance KPIs and includes forecast accuracy, perfect order, and total landed cost. The 70% card on the forecast accuracy shows the general accuracy of a client's forecast. The relevant dashboard evaluates the strength of the client's forecast in both dollars and units. Relevant statistics, like MAPE and WAPE, are included and change as you manipulate the window of the forecast. Logically, forecasts that are 1 month out should have much less error than those 5 to 6 months out. The user can also splice by the channels of business and see, for example, if their forecasts for e-commerce sales are less accurate than retail. They can do a similar evaluation for different product categories. Perfect order and total landed cost are grouped on the same overview dashboard. On this dash, the user can easily identify peaks in the total landed costs and can also find their total landed cost as a percentage of sales in any certain month. The perfect order rate shows cumulative carrier performance month to month and can be spliced by mode in DC. Next is the financial section of the tower. It contains an account payable and receivable section that links to the income statement, and it also contains an inventory tab with the inventory turnover ratio relayed on the card. The inventory dashboard displays the backorder rate, holding costs, and the on-hand inventory. All visualizations respond to the line of business and DC slicers. This functionality helps the user to identify if a DC is nearing capacity or if a portion of the business is being underserved. Finally, the bottom portion of the pyramid are the transportation metrics, which are broken down into a freight dashboard, a labor dashboard, and a carrier and supplier scorecard. On the freight dashboard, the freight as a percentage of sales KPI from the pyramid is relayed in the visual on the bottom left, and all freight data on the dash is split into outbound and inbound shipments. The user can splice the different datasets according to their mode, less than truckload, truckload, and parcel. When LTL is selected, the freight as a percentage of sales graph changes to reflect this selection. We can see from the KPI card that the cost per unit outbound for an LTL shipment is 94 cents, and the average price of the shipment is around $1,000. In comparison, an outbound truckload spend shows a lower average cost at 91 cents, and the spend on TL shipments is about $1,000 greater. Visually, there's a peak in the shipment cost in June where the spend reaches about $3,000. The freight cost by state visualization compares the percent average of line haul cost to fuel access cost and determine which state may have high fuel spend. Here, you can see Georgia seems to have high fuel spend and rarely meets the 3% goal for freight as a percentage of sales. After identifying these peaks, the user can do a deeper dive into the specific suppliers and carriers that may have led to increased freight spend. The carrier scorecard shows performance data for all of the carriers in use and applies a scoring scheme to key metrics to create an overall score for the carriers. The score is displayed in the table below, where an A is 90% and above, B is 80 to 89%, and so on. The combined score gives an overall rating to the carrier's performance based on a weighted aggregation of the KPIs. These weights can be changed to give higher priority to certain metrics. For example, if on-time arrival is more important than on-time departure, the score can reflect that. One of the key visualizations is the on-time departures and arrivals graph. This displays a carrier's on-time departure from the DC and the on-time arrival to the destination rate over the specified date range. Furthermore, the mode chart shows the proportion of shipments by each mode, and the revenue by carrier chart shows the dollar value of all the products transported by each carrier. The units by carrier chart shows the similar data, but by units instead of dollars. Each of the visualizations here can be filtered by DC, carrier, and mode to give the user a precise view or even compare two or more carriers. The supplier scorecard is similar to the carrier scorecard with the function to compare on time in full, and more KPIs, all spliced by the supplier and DC. This visualization shows sales units, total costs, and lead time aggregated by month. It shows the target goal and percent differences as well as month-over-month improvement for each KPI. The labor section of the executive dashboard displays metrics for the user to get an overview of their year-to-date labor metrics for all facilities. Average DC turnover rate, average overtime hours, and average utilization are all shown, as well as an overall score that is a weighted combination of the three. If you click on any of the labor tiles, they will take you to the labor dashboard to see a more detailed view. The labor dashboard shows a detailed view of all the metrics. This page can be filtered by distribution center and month, as well as individual employees to see specific data. You can see the visualizations change as filters are added. Average overtime hours, utilization percentage, and on-time clock-in rate are all shown on an employee level, and turnover rate can be shown at the DC level. All of these metrics are combined into an overall score shown at the top of the page. Utilizing FAST allows you to measure ROI, identify bottlenecks, and increase general service levels, amongst other business needs. If you have any questions or are interested in discussing how an implementation of this could work at your organization, please feel free to submit the contact form below.